Hey there, boils and ghouls. It's your friend Tats. I'm back with another video. We got another 4K Blu-ray to review for today. And this one I'm really happy to finally get in my hands. This is a nice upgrade. I admit, I know that there's been Blu-rays of it in the past, but for whatever reason, I just never got around to picking it up. And now, here we go. I had it on DVD for the longest time, but now, thankfully, thanks to Sony Pictures, we have Body Double, Brian De Palma's Body Double, and this is a really nice addition. Nice steelbook. I will say though, it's kind of got like a glossy you know, kind of finish to it. So it's like, yeah, the one thing it does feel like you gotta really be careful of it. It feels like it's very much like a fingerprint magnet, but I am kind of surprised that, like there's nothing on here, showing the title or anything like that. I mean, of course, obviously it's on the spine. Then on the back, you got Melly Griffith. You know, Interesting when you think about it. I don't know why. It just popped into my head a little while ago when I was checking out the transfer and stuff on this, like thinking about Melly Griffith. Like, wow, pretty interesting. Melly Griffith, daughter of Tippi Hedren, star of The Birds, and now she's the mother of Dakota Johnson, star of 50 Shades of Grey and stuff. Yeah, see what I mean though? See what I'm saying? Like, you see the smudges and things like that. It's like I said, this thing can be like a fingerprint magnet, so you got to be careful with it. But yeah, so we got this bad boy in, and I guess I'll go ahead and show you the inside real quick first. There, you got Melly Griffith there as Holly Body. There's your 4K, and there's your, hang on a second, take this out. There's your Blu-ray there, Craig Wasson. So then the inside of the Steelbook is them filming the scene for the adult movie that they're, them filming the scene for the adult movie that they're working on. And yeah, I mean, this is really, really nice. A very underrated Brian De Palma thriller. And I think it's nice that Sony has given this movie, love and attention. And I think that this is a movie that people need to, if you're a Brian De Palma fan, this is probably one that's been under your radar. You haven't even checked this one out yet. And this is a really good erotic suspense thriller. And don't let the word erotic throw you off. I mean, this movie is actually very well made. It's a good story, well crafted, great murder mystery. Definitely Hitchcock inspired. A lot of people consider this movie like Brian De Palma's version of Hitchcock's Rear Window, and it is to some extent, but there's more to it. And then also too the fact that the main character Jake Scully, played by Craig Wasson, suffers from like claustrophobia, and that kind of has a little bit of like a, you definitely see like a nod to like Vertigo and things like this. So it's definitely a love letter to Hitchcock films. But this movie really is very good and it's very well made. And if you haven't checked it out, and you're a Brian De Palma fan, I definitely recommend checking this one out. Just like I said, don't let the word erotic thriller throw you off, But really good film. Yeah, and we got some nice. As you can tell, I've already got the protective case ready with the J card. I figure I'd go ahead and keep that because that has the title on there, Body Double, and then there you go on the back. So, and that's nice. We got some bonus features too. You got 4 featurettes. The Frankie Goes to Hollywood Relax music video, EPK interviews, photo gallery, and theatrical trailer. And you get Dolby Vision. You got Dolby Atmos. You also got DTS HD Master Audio. So this is a really, really nice addition that they did for this, and I'm really, really happy that they did gave this movie this much love and attention. And I'm gonna go ahead and like that. That's the only problem with the Steelbook and everything. It feels very, very fragile. So I kind of feel like, you see, I'm already casing it up because that's the only downside that I feel with this. Like, it just feels like you need to be very, very super duper careful with it. But anyway, one second. There we go. So yeah, now I feel better. Plus, too, you got the digital code, and for the digital enthusiasts out there, if anybody gives you a digital code for this release, you will get the 4K version of the film. Because when I redeem my code, and I made sure I checked, it's like, yeah, I have the 4K, Ultra HD version. But yeah, here we go. Really nice edition of a great thriller and from the 1980s. And just yeah, I checked this bad boy out. With the Dolby Atmos, the sound is amazing. The sound will blow you out of your chair. It's it's intense, and it's great. The sound effects. Pino Donaggio's score is fantastic. So it's like it comes across really nice. The dialogue is easy to hear. I didn't really have any instances where I had trouble hearing the dialogue. Never really felt like as a matter of fact, once or twice I felt like, man, I think I got a little too loud. I think I need to turn it down just a little bit. Picture quality, like this is a movie from the 1980s, and in case you're wondering, I don't detect any signs of like any kind of like AR, digital cleanup or anything like that. It looks great. This is probably the best this movie's ever looked. But there are some dark scenes in it, and there is grain. There is, it's not like polished or anything like that. There is a grain level throughout the whole film. It's pretty constant. Um, but this is easily the best this movie has ever looked. And there are scenes. Definitely the scene when they're filming the scene for the adult movie that they're working on. My God, it is so incredibly 1980s. This whole movie just screams 1980s. But the cinematography is so well done on this movie to begin with, and um, it's just gorgeous. It's just beautiful to look at. The nighttime scenes are, it's a little dark in some areas, but you know what? It's fine because it adds to the atmosphere of the film. Just the daylight scene, the daytime scene is like the scene where Craig Wasson is following the girl because he knows that she's being stalked, and basically he's following her to keep an eye on her to protect her. You know, the scene like in the mall, that's a beautifully done scene, and it looks really good on the 4K. Yeah, I mean, Sony knocked it out of the ballpark. Usually, Sony's really good with their 4K transfers. It's very, very rare that you get a bad Sony 4K transfer. And this one here, it's top notch. They did the best they could with this. You could tell. And like I said, I'm just so thrilled to finally have a copy of this movie. That just looks great. It sounds great. I'm not even the least bit sorry that I paid the money for this. It's beautiful. I mean, I know probably some people who hate steelbooks are probably going to definitely be upset about it because it's not, there's no standard version, So, yeah, unfortunately, right now, the only way you can get this is the steelbook. But I don't know, maybe like a year down the road, they might put out just like a regular edition with a slipcover or something like that. But I would say that's probably the biggest. I mean, the discs and the movie and the features, everything is great on here. I would just say, like, that's probably the only downside that I see to this release is just it feels, like I said, it's a fingerprint magnet and it just feels very, very fragile. It feels like you really need to be careful with it. But other than that, I say, yeah, if you're a fan of this movie, you're a Brian De Palma fan, if you've never checked this movie out, 4K is definitely not a bad way to do it. You're definitely not to be a pig, but you're definitely gonna get some eye candy out of it. So I would say, yeah, definitely go for this. And and I just appreciate that Sony, gave this movie some love. It seemed like this movie just went for a long, long time. Just seemed like not too many people knew about it or cared about it or anything like that. And it's like now here it is, this beautiful edition. So it's a good time to be a movie collector, let me tell you. So I think that's about it. I can't really say too much more about it. So anyway, if anybody took the time to watch this, I thank you for doing it, and I appreciate you for doing it. I also hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, would you please leave a like, and if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And that's it, everybody. Take care, boils and ghouls. I'll see you all later.